From UFOs to psychic powers and government conspiracies, history is riddled with unexplained events. You can turn back now, or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. Over the span of human history, numerous empires have collapsed. Some collapsed gradually over the course of centuries, while other civilizations experienced more drastic declines. Experts agree that collapses are the result of multiple factors, but the details are often murky and subject to intense debate. For example, war, natural disaster, and disease can all contribute to the downfall of an empire. But these aren't the only factors. Some experts believe there's an additional way to explain the mysterious downfall of civilizations across the globe, from places as far-flung as Southeast Asia to Mesoamerica, and this explanation doesn't just apply to ancient empires. In fact, it could become a factor in the decline of modern civilization. What if water, or the lack of it, can doom a society as easily as war? Here's where it gets crazy. Currently, climate change is at the crux of an ongoing scientific debate. How much change can be attributed to humanity? How much change can we attribute to large-scale natural cycles? Regardless of the answers to these questions, there's evidence that ecological changes can topple empires as easily as war or disease. Consider the ancient Indus or Harappan civilization. Fed by mighty monsoon-powered rivers, this society extended across modern-day Pakistan, India, and Afghanistan. The civilization declined between 3,900 to 3,000 years ago. Why? To understand what happened, we have to examine the phenomenon known as insolation, which Charles Choi of Life Science defines as the solar energy received by the Earth from the Sun. Insolation varies cyclically, and as the region's insolation levels declined, the monsoons also decreased. These weakened monsoons led to a decrease in water for agriculture, and over time Harappan cities were unable to support their populations. This story is not unique. Consider the Mayan Empire, which mysteriously collapsed in the 9th century CE. Investigations by experts at the University of Southampton suggest that a series of droughts in the 9th and 10th centuries triggered the downfall of the Mayans. While drought was by no means the only factor in the extinction of these civilizations, scientists are increasingly aware of its importance in large-scale collapse. And while it may seem easy to argue that technology can prevent these disasters, this is not always the case. Drought also spelled doom for the ancient city of Angkor in modern-day Cambodia. As the capital of the Khmer civilization, Angkor covered more than 385 square miles. The city had a robust infrastructure, using channels and reservoirs to preserve water from summer monsoons. However, water levels dropped drastically around the time of Angkor's collapse, and these preparations weren't enough to cope with the changing environment. Let's fast forward to the present. How could changes in the global water system affect modern civilizations? In Stephen Solomon's Water, the author examines how this crucial resource has affected the course of human history, ultimately arguing that water will play an equally important role in a future already challenged by overpopulation and pollution. For some theorists, the concept of climate change or a future filled with water wars is suspect and alarmist. But across the globe, the ruins of empires stand as a mute testament to the importance of water and the consequences of its absence. Are fears of global catastrophic climate change cause for genuine concern, or are they, as some have argued, a cover for something else? Something the world's governments don't want you to know.